Hollyn Belle Hills is a pop rock country singer-songwriter who's actually born and raised here in Charleston. Today, I talk one-on-one with Hollyn about her latest music for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Hollyn Belle Hills, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. I know that obviously you are a pop rock country singer-songwriter here in Charleston, born and raised here actually.
Yes.
And you were just telling me off camera that you were actually playing right across the street here at the Mills House Hotel yesterday.
That's correct.
And at some other locations around Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what's new, what's now with your music?
Well, I have been working on getting my original songs recorded. It's been a goal of mine for a long time to get some songs produced and be able to release them on Spotify and stuff.
Huh.
And so I'm finally starting to do that, and I'm just so excited about it. And of course, I'm still gigging around town. I've been doing this for about 5 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So how many original songs are we talking?
Oh my gosh. Well, I lost count of how many I've written like 3 years ago.
Wow.
But I've got a few in the works in the studio.
Wow. So who exactly are you in the studio?
I don't know. I just try to be myself. Try to just whatever production feels right for the song. Yeah. My producer Matt, he kind of he takes a lot of he adds a lot of creativity to my songs. So basically we just record like a scratch vocal and guitar take, so it's just acoustic at first, and then he kind of builds the song around it, and I give input and say what I'd want to hear, and then we work together to make the song sound cool.
Wow. So how did you all gather the production for your latest single?
That actually was all Matt. So he played basically every instrument except for acoustic guitar and obviously my voice.
Right.
Yeah, he sent me a mix. He was like, I kind of ran with it, and I was like, cool.
Wow.
And I listened to it.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just loved it.
Wow.
So, yeah, been working with him ever since.
Ever since. And so, what was it like working with Matt in the beginning?
It was cool. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, he's a very interesting person, and he's so talented.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy how talented he is.
Wow. And so how did your talent matches his talent?
I don't know. It's a lot of working together and just giving feedback and communicating very well. Just if I think something should be different, then he's like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Wow.
And but usually I'm just like, that's so cool. So.
And so how did you know that your latest single would be so cool?
I don't know. I was really nervous about it. I hoped people would like it. And yeah, I was really excited to release it.
Wow.
And it's something that I wanted to do for a really long time.
Wow. So now that you've released this particular single, how has that made you a better artist?
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like since I started recording my songs, I feel like I found my purpose again. Because I feel like for a while I was just playing gigs, and that it gets repetitive. I love it, but it does get repetitive. And so I really wanted to do something different and try to do my own thing.
Yes.
So I feel like it's made me feel like I have a purpose again, I guess.
So what is your purpose?
To write songs. It's always been that way. I wrote my first song when I was 12, and that's just all I've been doing ever since.
Wow.
And yeah, it's all I've ever wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. And so what is the biggest difference about writing songs from when you were 12 years old to right now?
Wow. I don't know. I used to write a lot of fictional songs. And just kind of I don't know, wishful thinking songs. Kind of, because I've always written songs about relationships, I suppose. Also, but now it's kind of morphed into I'm able to use my real life experiences and real emotions now in my writing, which is, yeah, I guess that's the biggest difference.
So which one of your current songs actually describes you as a person?
That's a tough one because I feel like, and there's so many songs that people haven't heard yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably, I'm always writing songs.
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever, like the most recent song that I've written is probably, it's got to be where I'm at right now.
Wow. And so, are these other songs related to your life experiences?
Yes.
Wow. And which one of those life experiences have made you a better person, a better artist, I should say?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't know.
Wow. Oh, no worries. No worries. Which life experiences right now have allowed you to be who you are?
Sure. So I'm 19 now.
Wow.
And I guess I've this year I've felt like way more independent than I ever have been before. I took a trip to Asheville, actually with Matt. It was like a writer's retreat, like artist retreat kind of thing. And I just I was really proud of myself for doing that by myself.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I've never had an experience like that before. So I guess that I felt like that was pretty cool.
Wow. And so when you look back at that writer's retreat from then to right now, what still plays in your mind?
I don't know. I feel like maybe the mindset that I get in before I start writing a song. It's different because that was like kind of the first time I'd ever intentionally went to write songs. Usually I don't sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna write a song right now. I usually wait for the inspiration to hit me, but then I guess that the writer's retreat, I kind of went looking for the inspiration. So
what was the inspiration behind this current single?
So Take Me or Leave Me, I wrote that a couple years ago.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was reading an article about Casey Musgraves, who I love. She's one of my favorites. And the writer of the article had described her as having a take me or leave me attitude. And I read that phrase and my brain just started working. I was like, oh my gosh, take me or leave me? That's literally how it was. And then I just wrote the entire song right then.
Wow. So when it comes to the music business, Ms. Hollyn, what are you taking and what are you leaving when it comes to the music business?
I don't know yet. I feel like this is definitely still just the beginning for me. So I hope I find out. I'm hoping that I'm able to make a living out of doing what I love, which is music.
Music.
That's my biggest hope.
And what is your hope for the music business?
I don't know. I want it to be a positive place, a positive thing for the world. I feel like music it just brings everyone together, and I want it to stay that way. There's a lot of change going on with streaming and stuff, and it's gotten harder to make a living out of music, but I feel like it has brought artists closer to the people that want to listen to them at the same time. So yeah.
So exactly who is your audience?
Anyone who will listen, basically.
Wow. And how do you hope that your music will bring people together?
I am hoping that anyone will listen to my songs and be like, I relate to that. I just want people to connect with what I write about.
Wow. And what are those other connections?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you want your music to also connect people with?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, no worries at all. I know that obviously at shows you cover songs from several different genres and eras of music, so there's always something for everybody, as you mentioned. So what genres and eras of music actually matches your music?
Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely 2010s, pop,
yes, ma'am.
country.
Yes.
That's right in my lane.
Wow.
So.
And why exactly that era?
Probably nostalgia. That's when I was growing up. That's what kind of influenced me the most.
Wow.
And yeah.
So which one of those artists from that era actually matches your music?
Ooh, I do get compared to Taylor Swift very frequently, and I love her so much.
Okay.
So I totally take that as a compliment.
Sure.
I also love Casey Musgraves like
Right.
so much.
Wow.
She's one of my favorite people ever.
Wow. And speaking of those genres and obviously those eras, which one of those genres would you actually step outside of the current genre and go into and say, hey, I'm on a different path when it comes to music?
I feel like I write mostly in the pop genre, but I do write the occasional very super country song, and I've always thought it would be super fun to pursue a country career.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So where do you see country music heading next in your mind?
I don't know. I guess selfishly, I hope that it would go back to like its roots, like traditional, like old country. Like I feel like 90s country was like the best, and so I feel like if I were to pursue a country career, I would probably make music kind of closer to that era of country.
Wow.
Yeah.
And which particular artist would you want to collaborate with on that?
Obviously, Casey Musgraves. She's one of my favorite people ever.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. And like I said off camera, I'm hoping that you can get to Nashville soon and become a singer there and have a career there.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's
That'd
a
be
great city.
awesome.
Yes.
I would also love to just like write songs too. Even if I don't get to be the one to sing them.
Right.
I've always just loved writing music.
Wow.
So that's a dream of mine too.
And how has writing changed your life?
In every way. I don't know. It's just something I don't even think about anymore. It's just like second nature to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't remember not writing songs.
And if you look around Charleston right now, what would you write about musically?
I actually have a song that I wrote about Charleston. I haven't released it yet. I haven't recorded it yet. Hopefully I get to one day.
Yes.
But so I was born and raised here, and I feel like I'm in like the minority of people that like I just love my hometown so much.
Yes.
And so I wrote a song about that. Like I just love being here.
Yes.
And yeah, I feel really lucky to live here, and so that's kind of what the song is about.
Wow.
So that song exists.
So, where exactly does music exist here in Charleston?
Ooh, everywhere. I mean, it's so unbelievable how much talent lives here.
Yes, ma'am.
I started playing open mics, like just going to open mics around town when I was about 13.
Wow.
And I've met just the most amazing people. They've become like my family. Yeah, so everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Where do you want to be in the next 10, 15 years?
Hopefully I'm still enjoying what I'm doing with my music. As long as I'm still happy doing music, then I guess that'd be cool.
Oh.
So hopefully still music.
Yes, ma'am.
As long as I still enjoy it.
Exactly. Yes, you do. Yeah, obviously. Well, Hollyn Belle Hills, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome to Quintin's Close Up, Hollyn.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.